Welcome back to day 2 here at ICE 26 in Barcelona, and I'm delighted to be joined by Grainne Hurst. She's the CEO of the British Betting and Gaming Council. Grainne, how's Barcelona been for you so far?
It's been busy but productive. Thanks for having me on.
Wonderful. Well, let's look back at some of the 2024 reforms that I know you're going to speak in a lot of detail about. What has that done in terms of the regulated market? Are we seeing some of unintended circumstances of maybe unlicensed operators benefiting from that?
Yeah, so the illegal market in the UK is a real and growing risk to the regulated sector. We've seen even before the recent tax rises that were announced that 1.5 million customers are already using the black market and they're staking over £4 billion in it. You know, that's a real threat, obviously, to the regulated market, but also to consumers, because we know that the black market pays absolutely no tax, offers no player protection, and is operating, in criminal markets, not just in the UK, but also globally. So real risk, and it's a real focus area for us at the Betting and Gaming Council to try and educate consumers and politicians on the difference between the regulated sector, which has lots of robust safeguards in place, and the illegal market, which obviously doesn't.
I mean, how do you strike that balance between obviously having good regulation, but not making the betting markets uncompetitive?
It's all about being proportional. So obviously we are hugely supportive of robust safeguards and licensing codes and conditions, but it has to be based on evidence, it has to be data-led, and it has to be proportionate. If we have blanket measures which target all customers, it causes more friction, and we know that when customers get irritated in the regulated market, they look elsewhere and they will bet in the black market. So it's about making sure that we're adopting a targeted approach.
And what does that look like in terms of practically, how does effective safer gambling intervention really work?
So I think it has to be on an individual level rather than a product level or a blanket level. If you look at technology, for example, lots of the Betting and Gaming Council operators are using AI and BI to actually monitor behavioural play, see if that behaviour is changing in any way, and then interacting with the customer based on what they're seeing, rather than saying every customer can only do X or every customer can only spend X. That unduly and unfairly targets customers when you don't necessarily need to. So I think having an individualised approach, but using technology to guide you in that individualised approach is really important.
Now, of course, we're here on the Malta stage, and Malta licenses a significant number of UK operations. How important is close alignment with the authorities in Malta as well? Hugely
important. I think there's lots that the British authorities and regulators can learn from the Maltese. Delighted to be here, obviously, continuing those conversations. Regulation is often a cross-border activity, as is obviously tackling the illegal market. So it's really important that we are learning from each other, sharing knowledge, sharing best practice, and trying to get our respective systems right.
I mean, what does good regulation look like from a cross-border perspective?
So it has to be balanced, I would say. So we need the safeguards in place, whether that's around things like having deposit limits and time limits, self-exclusion limits in place. But again, it's about making sure that customers are able to enjoy their leisure and entertainment experience with us, with the safety net in place, but without making that too onerous and too cumbersome and too restrictive, so that when they come to us, they think, well, this is a bit of a pain. I'm going to go elsewhere down the road where there's no protections, because actually it's an easier experience. So I guess just sharing the knowledge that we both have to make sure that we can help each other set the right proportionate regulation.
Challenging to find that balance, right?
Yes, yeah. It's an ongoing challenge, but yeah, it's definitely one that it's all incumbent upon us to get right.
Absolutely. Grainne Hurst, many thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you.